An external recorder will allow the recording of multiple microphone inputs from a small portable unit. The Zoom H6 will allow up to 4 XLR inputs, whilst the Zoom F8 will allow up to 8. The video on how to use the Zoom H6 can be found in the link to this video. For now, we'll take a look at the basic features for the Zoom F8. This is the Zoom F8 external recorder, and here are the items that come with the kit. On each side of the unit are 4 XLR inputs which can provide phantom power. Here are some examples of where you may want to use this recorder. In this instance, we have 4 actors, all using wireless microphones, a boom mic as a backup, and then 2 ambient microphones to pick up audio around the actors. This is great if you need some background audio to hide and edit later on. Another setup is for when filming a concert. In this example, we can see the band's outputs are connected to the unit, as well as 2 audience mics. This is ideal for any audio post-production work later on, as this recorder can record each input separately. We'll have more on that later. On the front of the unit there is a colour display which shows you the overall level of your recordings. The right hand side of the unit features numbered areas 1 to 8. Each section refers to an XLR input on the side of the unit. To select an input to record, firstly press the corresponding number. In this case, I've connected an XLR cable to input 1, so I'll press the number 1. Now, as I talk into the microphone, you can see the audio level just above the dial and also on the main screen. If you find the level is too quiet, you can turn the dial until you're happier with the volume. Ensure your audio doesn't go into the red, which is referred to as peaking, as this is too loud. You're aiming for between -12 and -6 for speech. Try not to go any higher than -6. Before you start any recording, it's vital you format the cards first. It's also important to remember to back up your SD card before handing the recorder back to stores, as your audio clips will be lost during the next collection. To format your card, firstly press the menu button, then use the selector control to scroll to the SD card. Push in the button and select Format. Then you can format both the SD card 1 and the SD card 2. There are a few settings we'd recommend you choose. Firstly, if your microphone requires phantom power, which are those microphones which do not have their own power supply, then go to Menu, Input, Phantom, On. Select which inputs you need phantom power for, and select 48 volts. Secondly, the recorder has a feature called High Pass Filter, which you may see referred to as HPF. Turning this feature on can help reduce some of the low, bassy noises you may find in your filming location, from an air conditioning unit or a fridge, or to remove wind noise if filming outside. Ideally, record your audio away from any additional noise or on a calm weather day, but if you can't, then the High Pass Filter may be of some assistance. To turn on, go to the menu, Input, HPF, 150 Hz. 150 Hz is a good starting point, but if this has a negative impact on your recorded dialogue, try using a lower value. There are many different recording options available which you can change in the settings. You can find these by going to Menu, Record, Record to SD1 and Record to SD2. These are the different recording options available, but for ease of use and simplicity, I'd recommend choosing this option, Track 1 to 8, Mono/Stereo WAV. This will save each input as a separate track, as well as a stereo mix of all inputs. For most projects, recording at 48 kHz and 16-bit is suitable. If you're recording for use in film, animation or for music, you may want to record at 96 kHz at 24-bit. This gives you a bit more data for any edits later on. Finally, the recorder has a clever feature called pre-record, which will save the previous 6 seconds before you press the record button. This is ideal if you've missed the director calling action or missed an important bit of dialogue that you can't re-record. This feature only works if the device has been powered on for more than 6 seconds before you start recording. To turn this feature on, go to Menu, Record, Pre-record, On. Finally, when you're ready to make a recording, please check the following. You have selected the inputs you want to record by pressing each number until the LED turns red. Ensure you've listened to each track by pressing the PFL or Pre-fade Listen button, which isolates that specific input. Once you're happy with it, you can press the PFL again to hear all other tracks. Then press Record to start your recording. You can listen back afterwards by pressing the play button. And that's the basics for how to use the Zoom F8. If you have any queries or questions, please get in touch and we'll be happy to help.